This is the story of author and music producer Dorion K. Hilliard Sr., and the frequency behind the cultural demise of hip-hop as he knows it. Dorion K. Hilliard Sr. is the CEO and founder of Black Axe Music and Media Production, LLC. While growing up as a youth in Oakland, California, Dorion had the pleasure of performing and playing the trumpet with the late great Charles Moffett Sr., his mentor and band leader and instructor, who was the drummer for the renowned jazz band the Ornette Coleman Trio during the mid-1960s, as well as leading the Moffett family band throughout the 1970s when Dorion learned to play the trumpet at the Intercommunal Youth Institute in Oakland, California, later named Oakland Community School, operated by the Black Panther Party, the historical civil rights organization which his parents David and Patricia Pat Hilliard were both founding members, as well as childhood friends of its co-founder Dr. Huey P. Newton. Charles Moffett Sr. has been a continued inspiration behind Dorion's passion and desire to produce music, along with his father David. This father and son duo would partner up to create a clothing line and record label under the legendary mantra Black Panther Records and Clothing in 2002. Dorion has worked with artists such as the legendary African artist Thomas Mfumo, hip-hop legends Snoop Dogg, E40 and the group Above the Law, to name a few artists he eventually worked with. Over the past 3 decades, Dorion has actively worked as an events promoter, lyricist, music producer, executive producer, CEO, and most recently as a book author. Now as a blossoming book author and publisher, he is sharing his thoughts and search for meaning in his new book Black Axe, The Biosphere of Molecular Energy is Me. His book is an evolutionary, scientific, and spiritual exploration of self-discovery through sound, frequency, and vibrations, carving his pathway within what he calls the energy revolution. While performing with the Intercommunal Youth Band out of Oakland, California, Dorion and his brother Daryl, alongside other family relatives and youth members led by Charles Sr., and his oldest son Mondre, along with his siblings Charles Jr., Codaryl Cody, Charisse and Charnay, would perform throughout the Bay Area, showcasing their exceptional skills and talent as a young youth band, opening up for legendary groups such as the Pointer Sisters. As a child prodigy, Charnette, Charles Sr.'s youngest son, who first appeared on record at the age of 7 in 1974 with the Moffett family band, around the same time playing and performing with Dorion and his brother Daryl, who was just 9 and 10 years old themselves. Somewhere around 1974 to 1975, Dorion became captivated with a new dance craze called the Boogaloo. His biggest influences were the dance groups called the Black Resurgent, featuring Ricky Gant, also known as Rick the Robot, out of Oakland, California, and the Soul Steppers, featuring Marvin LeBeau, Greg Peanut Smith, Marlon Williams, Duty McLaren, and Lil Marvin Randolph of Berkeley, California. Both of these groups just happened to be close personal friends of Dorion and other family members. While having aspirations of becoming a professional baseball player, Dorion's journey of discovery would take him and his family to Mobile, Alabama, and then to Los Angeles, California, where he arrived in the summer of 1978. Now thrusted among the gang culture of the Bloods and Crips, with relatives claiming members on both sides, Dorion and his brother Daryl would remain neutral to the essence of their upbringing and foundation as Black Panther Party youth members, which garnered a great deal of respect amongst their peers on both sides of the fence. As the gang culture began to shift its behavior dynamics and drugs such as crack cocaine begin to replace PCP, angel dust, with a desire to expand a broader revenue base along with some internal conflicts, the collective sense of brotherhood and camaraderie begins to break down as Crips begin to war amongst themselves as well as with the Bloods and Pyrus. As travel between hoods began to intensify, so did Dorion's outlook and affiliations as he moved around from Inglewood to South Central to Compton and Long Beach. Upon graduating from Inglewood High School in 1981 without acquiring a baseball scholarship, Dorion moves back to Oakland, California. In 1982, Frederick J. Rick Rubin, co-founder alongside Russell Simmons of Def Jam Recordings, release Hose Track, Def Jam's first record, a 45 revolutions per minute 7 vinyl single in a brown paper bag, and no label. The band broke up in 1984 as Rubin's passion moved toward the NYC hip-hop scene. As founder of American Recordings and former co-president of Columbia Records, Rick would help popularize hip-hop by producing records for acts such as the Beastie Boys, Ghetto Boys, Run DMC, Public Enemy, and LL Cool J. Dorion would go on to join the U.S. Coast Guard from 1983 through 1987. Discharged in October, the hip-hop group Public Enemy, formed by Chuck D and Flavor Flav, would release their debut album, Yo! Bum Rush the Show, that same year, which rose to prominence for their political messages including subjects such as American racism and the American media to critical acclaim, and their second album, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back 1988 was the first hip-hop album to top the Village Voice's Paz and Job Critics poll. He would marry in 1989, having his first and only child in 1991. By this time, hip-hop and the genre of gangster rap is captivating the world, glorifying the daily social episodes and experiences of living in Southern California. As the daily tolls on young lives escalated, so did the need to identify environments and safe havens for young adults to enjoy themselves, which led to Dorion becoming an entertainment events promoter along with 4 of his high school friends, establishing what would become one of the most upscale venues in Los Angeles, California, offering an evening of dignity and self-worth. This would be accomplished by requiring a dress to impress ambiance. This would continue from 1989 through 1997, which led to the formation and development of a record label called Music Mint Records, then Black Panther Records and Clothing in 2002 with his father David Hilliard. Their first group would be titled the Black Panther Fugitives, who would go on the release 3 compact disc under the label. Dorion and his father David would eventually cross paths with Public Enemy's Chuck D and his management team Walter Liepart and Latham Hodge, looking to bring legitimate authenticity to the culture of hip-hop due to its lack of integrity, substance and values for the youth and communities that supported the culture. Public Enemy's first 4 albums during the late 1980s and early 1990s were all certified either gold or platinum and were, according to some music critics in 1998, the most acclaimed body of work ever by a hip-hop act. These were exactly Dorion and his father David's sentiments. Public Enemy was just that, an act.
In a world shrouded in mystery, where science and spirituality collide, a groundbreaking book emerges. Black Acts by Dorion K. Hilliard Sr. Journey through the ancient texts, where the creation of the world and the essence of life are revealed. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the world, which is the fruit of a tree-yielding seed. To you, it shall be for meat. Genesis 1:29. Explore the interconnections between humanity and nature as we uncover the secrets of our origins. From mitochondrial Eve to the ancient hominids of Africa, discover the roots of our shared lineage. Uncover the forgotten knowledge of our ancestors and the wisdom hidden within their legacy. Challenge traditional beliefs as science and spirituality converge. Black Axe delves into the mysteries of the human biofield, redefining our understanding of life and energy. Are you ready to embrace a new paradigm? Discover the power within you. Join the movement. Read Black Axe by Dorion K. Hilliard Sr. Available now. Get your copy today.